some terrain. In particular, we're going to be working on the Weirdscapes Haunted Spires, right? Haunted miniatures. How about that? So we're going to be working on this piece today. We've done a terrain stream ages ago, sometime last year, and we pretty much finished it up. There's a couple little details I've got to do. The wanted poster on it and the little lamp on the side. Yeah, Weirdscapes Wednesday. I didn't even think of that. That's fantastic. I like it. Yes, Weirdscape Wednesdays. So yeah. Give me 1 second here. I was just cleaning my airbrush and I'll show you that piece. This is it. This was the ruined building that comes from the stair pathways and pathways box. So you get this little ruined building plus the 5 or 6 staircases. But yeah, that was the first piece we did. I still got, like I said, to do the wanted sign and the lamp here on the side, but those are relatively small details. Is it Wednesday? Where's your week gone? Yeah, exactly. Good to see you, Llama. I feel like we were just talking. Okay. Trying to get that airbrush ready for the first coat of new paint. Actually, I'm going to do that over real quick so it's not in the direct path of flying paint. It's been whole 15, 16 hours. Yeah, exactly. We did that last terrain piece with a lot of quickie dry brushing and wet dry brushing and stuff like that. Very little edging was done on it just to try and get it done quicker, and it still has a very nice effect on it, I think. And we will probably be continuing that on this one. We'll do a little edging here and there, like we have got a monster clog in the airbrush. I don't know if you can see, but it's blowing off to the left. So got to get that fixed real quick. But yeah, we're going to be trying to duplicate the not duplicate, but inspired by On Hill paint jobs. And do it in a relatively quick-ish manner so that you can get your terrain on your table and get to playing. That's the idea. So let me get this cleaned out real quick, and then we can get started. So this is probably not something you want to do with your airbrush, but using the same needle that you normally use to try and clean out around it. We got some, so it's got some serious plugs in there. And if I can't get it cleaned out in a timely manner, we'll get one of my other airbrushes out. But I try to use this one for big areas because it sprays like a fire hose. And hopefully you'll be able to catch the airbrush action today since we've got the cameras up higher for terrain. That means you can actually see more of what I'm doing. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get this baby cleaned up in a reasonable amount of time. It's really funky. I think it's been like, I don't know, 3 months since I've actually cleaned this thing. It's one of the nice things about the Patriot 105. You can kind of just let it go and let it go and let it go. And it still keeps spraying. But eventually it reaches the point where it's like, I've had enough, dude. You really need to clean me. And unfortunately, today is that day. Yeah, I think I'm just done with that. Let me get my other brush. Taking up too much time. Okay, needle. What is a needle? Well, I can't find the needle, so we're just going to grab a new one. In the interest of time savings. Just remind me to put it back in there and look for the other one. So we're going to use a Scale 75 paint for the first time today on this one. I've used it with paintbrush before, but I've never used it via airbrush. And we're going to see how it works in there. I think it should be perfectly fine. I love how it works in the brush, so I can't imagine it won't be fantastic in the airbrush. Okay. And the color we're going to use is oh crap, what is it called? Arctic blue, or Adriatic blue, excuse me, not Arctic, Adriatic blue. That's the color we're going to be using on this for the roof line as the base coat. So let's get this over here. So I did not get these small dormer windows primed, so we're just going to slide them over to the side, out of the way. And we'll go from there. We're going to have a very, very hot air compressor today, I can tell you, because it is running nonstop. Okay. So, got our first little cup, about half a cup in there. Grab a glove, and let's start spraying. I'm getting ready for surgery. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to have to do a couple coats with the airbrush, but I'm sure this is going to be a whole lot easier than doing this, or a whole lot quicker when doing it by brush, right? Okay. Half cup got us that much. It is a pretty color. Yeah, I like it. I think this is going to line up pretty well with what Angel used once I hit it with the washes that we need. Yeah. Hey, Tiger, how are you doing? Welcome in. Oh, okay. That's nice. I I've never been very good with the zenithal thing. I like coverage too much to do it for some reason. I don't know why. For me, it makes things easier to correct if I have a solid color underneath. But if I'm using something like a zenithal and a wash, you can never quite match that up if you need to touch it up. So that's why I don't use zenithals very often. It came out rather nice without a lot of effort. I did go fancy and use color shifting. Ooh, nice. That is kind of fancy. Make sure we got all our little corners covered, all the different angles. I don't know if I'll be keeping this this mold line here that color or not, but I'm going ahead and spraying it that color. Dear Lord, we are running through that paint. Hey, Doug, how are you doing? Welcome in. I am doing the same. Yep, very much. Got a little bit of a clog on this one. A little back flush there. I'm not quite sure how I'm getting a clog when this thing is practically water. I've diluted it down so. I think what it is actually tip dry, not a clog. So in the future, I will I'll use a little needle juice with these Scale 75s. Needle juice from Badger just it lubricates the needle so you don't get dry tip as much. One second here. I want to see if I can get this clean one more time. Yeah, yeah. With a ton of a flow aid improver and water. Like, there's no reason this should be clogging at all. That's what I said. I think it's dry tip. Look like dry tip. I haven't had any paints drying on the tip in so long. I've kind of like put my my needle juice away. Let's see here. Oh no. Overspray on my favorite brush. Whoops. I'm telling you, it's just clog here, clog there, overspray. It's one of those days. This is apparently my Monday. Today is. The other thing is, I am using a very old brush to mix, so it's possible I could be introducing trash into the pot. That could be a problem. How did we miss this little tower over here? Yeah, we missed this little area. Okay, I think that has it all down now. Pots and pots of trash. Yeah, no doubt. Okay, so we're going to move this piece up out of the way for a moment. And work on these ones. I absolutely love this color. I hope it does what I want it to on the building. But I think looking at it and doing some washes, we'll be able to make it do exactly what we're after. If not, it's still going to be a pretty color. Regardless, it may not be the exact color, but I think it's going to be pretty close. Yeah, the blue, it's just an awesome color. I am getting frustrated with the clogs, though. I don't get it. I mean, naturally, when I'm on stream is when I'm having issues. If I were doing this on my own time, this brush would be spraying 100% fine. I mean, it is a new brush after all. But no. Today, we're streaming. Therefore, problems must exist. It's the Murphy's Law of streaming. If you're not having problems with your overlay or your streaming platform, you're having problems with your equipment on the table. One of the two. Yeah, it seems that way. That's why I honestly quit using the airbrush on stream. Like I barely use it on stream anymore. I'll use it maybe to prime a model, possibly maybe put a base coat down, and that's all I do. I don't do anything else. And today we're doing more than that. So I'm just going to get a new tip, a new nozzle as well, because new needle, new nozzle, why not? Since this one has just decided it's going to be a pain in the butt today. Thank goodness for spare parts. Mow yourself, cat. Hopefully this will fix any issues with the splattering and crap. So things always go wrong. Yeah. Does seem that way. We try and push through though. Okay. Let me get that other nozzle in some alcohol so it can be soaking, because that's what it needs right now. The wood soaking through. Okay. Hopefully this will be the last issue with the airbrush today. Fingers crossed. Yeah, I think that nozzle was just dirty to start with. It also hadn't been cleaned since really thoroughly since the last time I used it. Okay. More paint needed. And use half a bottle of this paint today. At the rate I've been going through it. All the clogs and resprays. Okay. That should be enough, hopefully, to get it finished. Okay. So that has got the pieces base that I've gotten two so far. What can I set this on? We'll set it on that. Maybe? No? This? Hey, there we go. There we go. All right. Let's dry bit. Alcohol in this, get it cleaned up. And we'll start doing some washing and edging and stuff like that. Oh my goodness. Captain Sneezy Pants comes in with a really big whine. He is upset about something. I'm assuming it has something to do with the amount of spraying going on in here. Yeah. You don't like that, do you? Okay, just a couple more run throughs on the pot, and then we'll get to the other stuff. Sorry, but if I don't do this, I will forget, and then my brush will be really wrecked. So I don't want to do that since we just put in a new needle and nozzle. Just a little bit down there in it. Do that. Give that airbrush a break for a bit because it is hot, or the compressor's hot. So, all right. Now, let me pull up my reference photo real quick here. What, cat? Really? Do I need to put you on stream again? Huh? Do I? Do I? Sounds like I do. Okay. So I'm thinking he just used mostly Drakenhof or Citadel blue shade for these tiles. So that's what we're going to do. Clearly the cat wants to be the star. You want to make this? Here we go, folks. This is the kitty cat. This is the noisy one. Yeah. Look at that belly. Can you guys see that belly? He's a chunk, aren't you? Aren't you? All the fur flying around now. Okay. Now get down and leave me alone. Cat always has to come on and make his appearance. At least he didn't do it with snot today. He didn't do the sneezy thing. Bless you. There it goes. There it goes. I think I'm going to put it upside down. I think that might help there. I think this would have been easier. This would be easier if I put a gloss down, so it would flow a little bit better across these tiles. But we're kind of into it now, so just do it the way we got it. Would definitely result in less staining and stuff. I wasn't expecting you to go all the way across, but okay. I don't know why the cat wants to be a star. He doesn't act like he does. He always tries to get down and stuff. But boy, he sure does cry for the attention. How can I hold this best? I think that's going to be it there. We'll probably do some other washes besides just the blue. We'll probably do a little purple here and there as well. So, are we having any focus issues today? I haven't really been looking up, but I think keeping the camera up high is apparently the ticket for fixing focus. So, the funny thing is, on my personal stream, I can get it in focus, and it's like hyper sharp. So I don't know if it's maybe just a tiny bit of latency in Ninja or what, but I don't seem to have the focus problem. I mean, not the blurry focus, like the pixelated focus on personal stream. It's only on the weird ones. But we're going to be on terrain for a bit because I want to get at least this building finished, and it'll probably take a couple streams, and then we'll probably do either the solarium or the I think it's the abandoned building afterwards. So trying to slop up what I got spare here in the corners. Definitely don't want all that in there. It might be something to do with the Ninja. That's what I'm wondering. Like I said, I know it's still pretty low latency considering, but I'm sure there's got to be some latency built into it, and that could be causing issues with the focus. Although I haven't really noticed it as much on other people's streams. That's why I was wondering if maybe it was here on this end. Maybe my computer and Ninja don't like one another. So if that's the case, I was going to have to look into what we can do here to fix it, right? And the other thing, like I said, I wanted to see about possibly getting a camcorder and capture card, and that'll probably help too. Then I can be up higher with the camera and still be able to see the miniature up close without obscuring face. Like my current setup, the camera basically comes right across the mini camera, the face cam does. So not exactly perfect for what we're doing. It works, but it doesn't give good FaceTime. So I know this part's not exactly super exciting, but I'm hoping once we start getting the brushing down on it, that it will start to pop a little bit more. One of the cat's hairs stuck in that wash. Texture, yes, that's the texture I want. Oh. I see some pixelation going on, even with this up here. Okay. About done with the wash. Just a little bit more up here. Character, yeah, character. Yeah, could add character. What lore reasons can we have for giant cat hairs in the buildings? Barkus gone wild. Could do that. Yeah. Marcus came for a visit. There's another one. Right where I didn't want it. Okay, I think that's fair. Ooh. Keep saying fairly well covered, and then I see little spots where I've missed. I honestly don't have to worry about covering it 100%, even though I'm acting like it, because it has those random color tiles on there too, so we can kind of just paint those if we've got a spare, an area that isn't covered, right? Also, the Rat King Nightmare is a cat princess. Yeah. Ooh. Malisaurus, saber-tooth Cerebus, size 4 cat. Ooh, that'd be kind of cool. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah. So I watched a series the other night, or over the last couple of nights, called DMZ, uh, for a demilitarized zone. Apparently, it's like another civil war in the U.S. and the two warring sides have a DMZ between them, kind of like a North Korea, South Korea kind of thing, and it takes place inside there. Interesting. It was only 4 parts, which I was kind of surprised. I was like getting ready, for a, 8 or 10 part series, and it was over in 4. I was like, wait, what? That was quick. But it has a Rosario Davis or Dawson. I can't remember her last name, but if you watched The Mandalorian, she played Ahsoka. And this is the first role I've seen her in besides that one, or at least first role that I recognized her in besides that one. Oh, Clerks 2. Oh, okay. I don't think I've seen Clerks 2 or 3. I think they had a third one, didn't they? They filmed the third, but it hadn't come out. Ah, okay. These pieces are a lot easier to handle in that big old building. Or that big old rooftop. Not even the full building, just the rooftop. The chunk to sit there and try and spin around. But yeah, it was a pretty good show. That it was one of those that left you're sitting there screaming at the screen like, please don't do that. Don't be stupid. Don't do the stupid that, oh, you're doing the stupid thing. Okay. All right. Well, let's see what kind of trouble you're in now. It's one of those shows. I hate movies like that are just so predictable to move the plot along. They're going to have to do something entirely stupid that no human in their right state of mind would do. And there's a lot of that in this movie, and in that 4 episodes. I'm just oops. I'm gonna tidy up some of these shadows a little bit. It's a little dark on this baby here. Okay. That did a number on my Drakenhof. I'm gonna have to get another bottle of that soon. I see. Mama sent me some spider parts to print. Asgard Rising, is that who did that, Llama? Because I think I may actually have those. I think that was when I was still a Patreon of theirs. So that might have been the ones I was thinking I had. So that's a good thing. Okay, we're going to have a bit of dry time there. So, what can we work on? Go ahead and do a little bit on this. Where's my black red? Cephalopod Studios will paint some of those up this morning, so I forwarded the info on. Okay. Yeah, I think I've actually got that. I told her, I said I thought I had some spider bidos, but I couldn't. I said I'd find them, and then I kind of forgot. And then I forgot where I had seen them. And when she posted that link to me, I was like, I think that's them. Because I was a Patreon of Asgard Rising for quite some time. We'll have to do more than one coat, of course, on here. One of the things I noticed on the Onhill version, he has a lamp right here, and he doesn't have the lamp on the little Neverborn figurehead on the side. So I guess he it's a very loose connection, like easy to snap if you're not careful. I wonder if he snapped it off and decided instead of putting it over here to hang it from that, but it looks good there. So I'm going to design one and print one off and put another lantern on that as well. I do have the one on the figurehead. I managed to keep it intact. But you see he's on that little bitty tongue. Would be easy to fall off either from shipping or sprue collapse when you're snipping. But I'm going to whip one up and Blender and print one out, so I have one on the side there too. But when I first saw that picture, I was like, wait, is there another lantern in the box that I'm missing? And I turned around, saw, on the side picture that the figurehead was missing his lamp. I was like, oh, okay. He had a breakage, or something, or he just wanted to customize it. I don't know. Could have been that too. We dare not question the angel, or else we incur his wrath. Yeah, I know. But still, I look up to him, so I'm not questioning it in any way. I thought it freaked me out because I was looking for a piece I was missing, and then I realized what had happened. And he's one of those people I definitely would like to get lessons from. There's one guy, I was trying to think of his name. Is it Sergio? Sergio, that's it. Sergio. Cannot think of his last name, though. That's the other one. Both of them are amazing. Yeah, I will go back and look through my mini factory files and see if I was there for the month of the spiders. If I was still a patron, I think I was, and if so, that's where I remember seeing him. Hey, Sergio Calvo, that might be it. Yeah, that could be it. Ooh, rainbow puke. Okay, so I don't think the raising the camera up is the problem. or the solution. I mean, I just need to get me in another camera. How are you doing, McBluff? Welcome in. Good to see you. Wouldn't be a stream without you. Doing good. Doing good. That's still wet. I'm going to leave that for a bit. I'm thinking we may have to get the hair dryer out because that wash is still not dry, folks. Can do that. I'm going to get a brush ready. Be a much sadder stream. Yeah. Yep. Hey, and my other favorite person, Z. How are you doing? Welcome in. How are you doing? Trying to figure out the next few frames in the animatic over here. Very nice. I do love seeing the progress on those. I think they're so awesome. Going pretty good. We're doing some terrain work today. We started one a long time ago, sometime last year, and I pretty much finished it up. There's only the wanted sign to write on. I'm gonna do like haunted, with the W's ripped off here, haunted, and then do a picture of Ophelia or one of the little gremlins, and then do some text underneath it. So I'm gonna do that, and then there's a little lamp that sticks out on the side. But otherwise, this piece is done. We started it way back when, and the only thing that was left on it really was the floor and like all the neon green moss and some of the trim around the door. So I got on that last night and finished that up. Yeah, it's a nice bright looking piece. Should look good on the table. Okay. So we got our brush clean, or mostly clean. Okay. Oh, that green tint now is finally gone. And what I'm probably going to do is mute my mic for a few minutes and hair dry those blue pieces so we can go ahead and get started on them. Okay. So let's get this out of the way too. That bit of color there. Oh my Lord. Talk about dusty. My goodness. Hair dryer, super dusty. Okay, I'm going to put it on mute for just a few minutes and we're going to do some hair drying. So give me just a second. Yeah, no problem. I mean, I know a lot of people watch Twitch with headphones, and if I were to drop the hair dryer on a pair of headphones, oh God, it would blow people's eardrums out. So yeah, totally understand that, McBuff. So we're mostly dry now at that point. So we're going to come back in with some of our original color, which is this Adriatic blue here from scale 75, and do a little dry brushing. Kind of a dry, wet, dry brush, not full dry. Wow, I never realized how sticky GW wash is. Like it's like glue. Get that off my fingers here. Okay. Now, what I was supposed to do last night was go out and buy 10 of these. So I wouldn't have to sit there and clean them between colors and stuff. But I got talking with friends and did not do that. But this is an e.l.f. makeup brush for eyeshadow. When I bought this years ago, it was $1.25. I don't know how much they've gone up since, but this thing is beautiful. It's like natural hair. It has held up amazingly well, and it gives a softer blend than your standard dry brush does with the stiff bristles. Yes, it is an elf. Yep. I have been using them for a long time. I didn't make it known, but I've been using them for a long time. I think they're $2 now. Okay, that's fine. I use Masters brush soap and cleaner, or brush cleaner and conditioner. This is what I use for all my brushes. And the cat sneezes are loud. Well, that I don't have any control over, my friends. I am very sorry about that. That's just kind of his thing, sneak attack with the sneezes. I don't have any control over that or warning. Got a couple and really like them, but my brush cleaner loosened the bristles. Oh, well, it could be the fact that this brush is, 10 years old. Maybe quality was better back then. You know, things are made to be disposable nowadays. So it could be that. So I don't know what I'm going to expect to find when I try the new ones. Probably won't get near the use I did out of this one. But that's what I figured. If I could get a bunch and then I wouldn't have to do cleanings as often, they might hold up better. That brightened it up a good bit. And then we're going to hit it with some lighter version as well. Sneak attack sneezes. Yep. I use Winsor Newton cleaning liquid. That stuff. Yeah. That could be part of it. I would definitely not use that. Or if I did, I would not let it soak in it too long, and try and keep the ferrule up out of it. I put a piece of sticky tack on the side of the jar and hold it so just the tip of the bristles are in it, and they'll wick up enough into the bristles, but generally don't go as too far up into the ferrule if you do it that way. But if you dunk it, if you put the ferrule below the surface, it's going to feed all the way up into here. You'll have your paint ate off up to that point right there. It goes all the way up. Stripping the paint off the handles, zombifies brush. Yeah. I mean, I've got a couple brushes that I still use that have had their paint stripped off the handles. I mean, that's, other than a feel thing, it's not the worst. It just feels rough in your hand. But if you get, overzealous, you can literally destroy the brush with that Winsor Newton stuff. I've got some, and I use it only for like the worst of the worst brushes. The Masters is so much better. It's because it's a conditioner. It's not just a soap. It's a conditioner, so it conditions your brushes and makes them soft and supple as well as clean. So, and it's one of those that you can kind of pre-lather in the bowl, which is nice. Like you can put a little bit of water in the tub, lather it up, and then just work your brushes into it whenever you need to. Instead of doing it in the palm like I did earlier, you can set it up as a lathered bowl ready to go for your day's painting, which is kind of nice. If you're planning on doing a lot of cleaning, you can do that. The Jen's drunken brush goop or whatever, Gentastics drunken words. Gentastics drunken brush goop does not lather well in the tub, so that's why I still use the Masters. It's a good one, and it's highly, it makes you want to eat it because it tastes or smells yeasty, like a fresh loaf of bread or a home brew or something. Hers does, so it makes you want to eat it. So, between that and the fact it doesn't lather well, I don't use it that much. Yes, the Master smells like lemons. That is correct. And I like that citrus smell. I'm a big fan of anything citrus. Um, my dad, he used to travel a lot, and he stayed at fancy hotels. And they had, one of them gave, had this lotion, hand lotion. I can't remember the name or whatever, but it was lemon and ginger was the scent to it. And oh my God, like I just wanted to like, squeeze it into my mouth. I didn't, but I've never been one of those people that moisturizes or anything like that. But I stole that bottle. For once, my hands did not crack wide open in the winter. It was nice. But that stuff smelled so good. Lemon and citrus and ginger are like two of my favorite smells. Cinnamon's probably right up there. Cinnamon, lemon, and ginger. I think cinnamon gets everybody. I think. Yeah, definitely lemon and ginger. Okay. We are back to it on the main building now, guys. I'm going to see if I can put that. I don't have anywhere I can put it. Now it's not going. All right. You gonna be lurking and working? All right. Lurking and working is fine. We appreciate our lurker workers. Was that another cat ear? Good Lord Almighty. Cat ears everywhere. So all we're doing is just softly dry brushing over these tiles, these shingles, and when we get done with this color, we will come in with a lighter version, same color, just lightening up the hue with some white. And then, of course, we'll do some edging and some picking out some tiles that are going to be different colors, because we don't want to just this big old blob of blue, do we? No, we want some interesting colors. So we may drop some different color washes and some purple and cream color tiles. This is probably the most chilled stream I've ever done. No glasses, just kind of sitting here and sweeping paint. That's all I'm doing, sweeping paint back and forth like a weird janitor. Sweep the paint. Sweep the floor, sweep the paint. Been kind of nice not needing glasses to do my work. this side now. The other thing about doing this terrain, besides being kind of fairly chill, is I'm not bonking my head on the camera constantly. That's kind of nice. I have to have it so close when I'm doing miniatures. I'm constantly hitting my head on the camera. So that's nice. Well, I think I'm going to enjoy our terrain streams for the next few weeks. And I'll have a nice table to show for it when we're done, because these Weirdscape terrain pieces are just gorgeous. I have coveted these things for so long. And finally have them. I'm one of those people, I can make terrain. I don't know if you can see behind me. Probably not, but there's a couple pieces back on that shelf over there that I've made using XPS foam. And they're in various stages of fixing or of finish. But I can make really decent terrain, but it's kind of like not as good as this. Endless work. That might be a little too heavy. Let's get a little tape a little more off. Woo! Flinging things. I have not used Scale 75 acrylics, the regular matte colors in this quantity before, but it smells just like wall paint, like for your house, latex interior wall paint. New view, I imagine, but not too. Wait. A new view, I imagine, but not much to really haunt. Oh, from the name, I wonder how strange it would be to haunt Spire specifically. Okay, I gotcha. I was like, wait, what? Oh, you'd already typed something prior. I didn't see that. Wish more people would do terrain. I'm glad you're paying something. Nice. Well, it's actually kind of a niche thing on Twitch in general. Honestly, there's not many people that do terrain. My friend Warlander was one of them, but he has been so hit or miss lately because he's just had a new baby, and they lifted the COVID restrictions, so he's had been back at work, and they're basically working him to the bone to make up for the 2 years they were out with COVID. So he hasn't been able to do a whole lot of streaming, but he was one of the few that did terrain, and it always got views, which was pretty cool. So yeah, I'm down with these. I'm excited to finally get them on my table. And I don't know if you guys know about my table, but I am setting it up with fiber optics so that it'll have switches on the side for your deployment zone setup, center line, and all that. And you flip a switch to determine for which deployment zone, and only those fiber optic lights will light up at the appropriate place on the board. So it's going to be kind of fun to do that, running hundreds of feet of fiber optics and drilling tons and tons of little bitty holes. Yeah. Nothing done by half measures, Doug. Nothing done by half measures. Kind of my thing. I think you're kind of the same way. I mean, I will do things cheap where I can because, well, I'm cheap, but I always try and take it as far as I can on my cheap budget. You just use mass batteries. Well, yeah. To be fair, that's 15 tables worth, right? I understand. I'm not making 15 custom tables, but this is going to be like my custom home personal playfield. These are not traveling. They're not going anywhere but here. So if people want to play on this table, they have to come to my house. So, and they'll probably never get played on because no one in this area plays. But this is a personal project for myself. But I've always wanted to have like a dedicated table. I had a nice dedicated infinity table. And then I moved and left it because it was too big. So what I plan to do probably with the next one for the infinity table is I will make a collapsible board. So it won't be set up all the time. This one will be set up like all the time. Because it's not as big, 3x3 versus 4x4. Now, granted, this will be on a 4x4 table because you got to have room for all your stuff. But the infinity table, by the time you put all your stuff on it, was basically a 4x6 table. So I'm going to do a folding table for it for the next one. I don't even want to think about how much it costs to put together 15 tables worth of terrain. Good Lord. That's a spendy project, my friend. Especially now, all the terrain manufacturers are going up, especially the MDF ones, because obviously most of them are overseas. So you got shipping costs increasing. And then MDF itself is going up. Power bills are going up. All the crap with the Ukraine and stuff is probably affecting some of those terrain manufacturers. So terrain is just in a bad place right now. A lot of it was 3D prints and scratch builds. That's nice. Yeah, I'm going to be doing up some designs for this one as well. Next time I want to do that little lantern, but I'm going to do some more scatter. I've got the defensive barricades or whatever from Weirdscapes, but I'm going to do some more like fences and barrels and just doodads and stuff that you might see in Malifaux. I'm going to look through some of the books for some inspiration and 3D design and print them out and put them on the board as well. May even put them on up for sale if Weird approves. Conveniently have very convenient train manufacturer. Conveniently, yes, you do. Yeah, I wish I had a laser printer. That's what I wish I had was a laser, or not a laser printer, a laser cutter engraver. That's what I want. So I could do, easy flat pack MDF terrain. But I'd want to do it like the foreground stuff because theirs is so perfect for Malifaux. It's much smaller scaled than most of the MDF stuff out there. Most of the MDF stuff, especially for like Old West or Victorian or Italian inspired stuff, is very clunky looking. It's big thick posts and just it doesn't fit the scale of Malifaux. And the foreground stuff was beautiful, really fine, ornate pieces of fencing and stuff that looked like it fit the miniatures, right? So if I had a laser cutter engraver, I would be whipping some of that out because they're unfortunately going out of business now. Yeah, laser cut. They are not cheap. Everything I've seen has been like in the area of $2,000 or $3,000, and I don't want to spend that kind of money. Not for personal projects. If it's something that I could see maybe selling, then I probably would. I've been basically subletting Tigers because he has one. So I hit him up when I have a project. I'm like, how much would it cost me for this? I was going to, during the last con, I was going to cut out some or design some tokens for Weird, but they wanted to use the ones that came with the stock starter box to keep it in line. Okay, so we have got our first dry brush coating down here, right? Now we're going to do the same thing, but with some white added to that, but we're going to pull it from the bottom, just catching the lower scallops, right? You want to do that so you can do MDF cut walls with 3D printed. Yes, exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking about doing, man. Yep. Great minds, dude. Yep. Indeed. I'm doing about a 1 to 3 mixture, one drop white to 3 drops of that Adriatic blue. Let's flip this over. See if we can get more of that blue off. We may have to rinse the brush. because that blue's really, really stained. I just noticed that last follower, Swaza. Like, what's up? This may not be quite enough. We may go to a 1 to 2, but we're going to try it and see. Yeah, I think a 1 to 2 is what we need. Ellen, Ellen, thank you for that subscription. That was on YouTube, I guess. Appreciate that. Welcome to the House of Weirdos. One day I get better with prop design. I want to try my hand at sketching less mentioned things from Alpha, like Collodi's puppet show setup, or one of Lucius many finely tailored outfits. Nice. Okay, that's not quite enough either. So that's 3 to 6. 6. Okay, maybe this will be enough here. 4 to 6. So this is a 2 to 3 mixture. I actually have a little weird cosplay in progress myself, but you guys will not see it for a bit. A secret. Shh. Hey, how are you doing, Eleanor? Welcome in. Been a bit. Chicken seeds for the anniversary. uh, it's a little closer to a weird home than chickens. I am doing good, Eleanor. How are you? But you just said you were good. Glad you're doing all right. Good to see you. Thank you for dropping in. We got most of the crew here. We need Vieric, and we'd have most of the crew. Secrets. Yes, I have them. You want them? I have them. Even Llama doesn't know about this one. McBluff should have a guess, though. That's the only hint you guys are going to get. You have many guesses for everything and every time. Well, I don't want to just give it to you. You shall keep your guesses. Okay. Fine. Keep your secrets, right? The keeper of secrets. That is me. At least I try. Secret keepers. That's good. It's funny because I was running a poll on my personal page to see which model to paint next, and one of them is is based on a keeper of secrets from GW. It's the Dexessa, um, which is just a gorgeous, gorgeous model. But it's the one that's currently winning the poll. It's like a big fancy peacock almost. It's really pretty. Cool. I mean, heresy. Yep, that's it. I am a heretic at art. I just wish chaos was better. They've not been in a good spot in a long time. I mean, like a really good spot. I mean, they're there to do, and you can sometimes get by with some spammy stuff and do some great stuff, but it's like consistently good. They haven't been there ever. I don't think ever, and certainly not Slaneshi side. Although it was pretty good in AOS for a while there. They actually had to nerf them, so Slanesh was great in AOS. I just didn't play AOS. any year now, maybe. Yeah. Well, the thing that gets me is they basically tried to erase Slanesh, right? Both from the lore and from like the Archon model that has it's like kind of like Tiamat. It has the head of the three chaos gods. They conveniently just forgot Slanesh. You know, they got Nurgle, they got Korn, they got Zinch, but they completely forgot Slanesh. Like, oh, sorry, it's the three gods of chaos now instead of the four. Um, so they've been just like conveniently just trying to retcon Slanesh out. And Slanesh was what actually got me into 40K and the hobby in general. Like I wasn't into the hobby until 2013, and it's because I saw a Noise Marine, a little rainbow mohawked dude with a guitar sitting on a French shelf, and I was like, "What is that?" And they're like, "It's a Noise Marine." I was like, "Okay," and they started telling me about the lore and everything. I was like, "Ooh, that sounds very cool." Suddenly, I'm into war games and miniature painting. It instantly rolled into that, and it was all thanks to Slanesh. So I have like a soft spot for Slanesh. If it hadn't been for it and their 80s style excess, I would have never gotten into gaming or painting. I'm a child of the 80s, so excess is what I do. I think they imprisoned them and spent time pondering if maybe they should remove them and then decided against it. Yeah, but they should go back and retcon that model, dadgummit, because I really like the model. Just the fact that it doesn't have Slanesh represented pisses me off. Got a big Noise Marine army dressed in bright gold. Nice. Nice. I've got 24 or 36 Noise Marines. They're the old school ones that had the resin weapons. One of them, their Blastmaster, I had put it in some purple power to clean it, strip it, and I forgot about it for a month. His Blastmaster goes, it's like a little limp noodle. So and it's purple. It dyed the resin purple. So yeah, word of warning: don't leave your resin in purple power. It will mess it up in a hurry. Okay, so those are done, or that coat is done. Let's get on the little spires that I've done. You're all the old ones with the resin or custom conversions. Nice. Yeah. Yeah, I was talking about the Archon or Arachon or whatever the hell that thing was. Yeah, the big dragon like Tiamat that had all the gods represented on it, or the three of the four gods represented. Would somebody do me a huge favor and DM me on Discord that I ended up with a 4 or a 2 to 3 mixture of white to the blue for the first highlight? 2 to 3, 2 white, 3 blue. And that way I won't forget what I got to do, because I still got to do these dormers. I did not get them primed in time. So I've got to do those, and I don't want to forget what the mixture is. Yeah, for the first highlight, correct. Thank you. That was one of the things that had me putting off working on that other one, the uh, broken down building or whatever, because I'd kind of forgotten what recipes I'd used because it'd been so long. It'd been last year since I'd worked on it, but I ended up not really needing to correct much. And what I did have to do, I was able to do pretty easy. So it wasn't the worrisome problem I thought it was going to be. Thank you. Appreciate it, Doug. I do hear some sneezes. We may get a visit from Captain Sneezy Pants again. Keep no pen. Yeah, I know, but I don't have a pen handy, so normally I would too, but I am unprepared today. Ill prepared. How about that? Not unprepared, ill prepared. Wow. That is some really, really highly pigmented blue. Like we did 2 to 3, right? Then I did 1 to 1, and there's barely any difference. So 2 white, 1 blue. There we go. Even that's not that big a difference. Crazy. Hopefully that'll be enough. If it didn't, we'll just go to pure white because otherwise it's going to be a huge waste of blue. All right. Let's get back to old painting, huh? Turn our paper inside out yet again. It is Adriatic Blue from Scale 75. Now, if you notice, I'm not doing the whole thing, but just the top and the bottom of it. Like where it's widest and then where it gets narrow again at the top. So this is the color here. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's Adriatic Blue. It's really, really pretty color. I was having a bit of difficulty with it with the airbrush today, but it was just my airbrush is in poor maintenance. So, but with the brush, oh god, it goes on so good and it's super ultra matte. Like there is no glare to it whatsoever. 100% purely flat paint, which is kind of cool. Ooh, we're out of focus again. Still out of focus. Come on now. Kim, can we get the focus, or are you working on it? There we go. Thank you. Now, we're trying to do this relatively quick, right? We're not wanting to take days upon days, although it will be technically days upon days because we're limited to 3 hour blocks, but we're not wanting to paint each one of these individually or anything, right? We're just trying to get a good quick result, or relatively quick. But what we can do later on, if we'll come back in after the rest of the train is built and the table's built and stuff like that, I can actually come back in and edge each one of these shingles individually and put stripes in the middle and stuff like that. So there's stuff you can add to it later on, but the overall effect will still be nice prior, without that. That's kind of what we're shooting for here. We want a good, decent look, quickly, sort of, and then we can always come back in and detail it further as time/skill allows. So I mean, anybody can dry brush, right? So you can come in and do all this with dry brush, and then you can come back in later and pick out the individual tiles or do the individual edging and stuff like that. So yeah. All right. Let's see here. I think it is time to do some of the alternate tiles. We'll get some Warlord Purple. We'll get some Hex Lichen when I can find it. There it is. Maybe as a Ushabti Bone, that might work. I think that's good. We'll do those. Now I'm gonna have to break out my glasses. It's a nice paint without glasses. Looks like we also have a darker blue in here too. So we'll do 1,000 Suns blue. I think that'll work. So we'll have Hex Lichen, 1,000 Sun, and Warlord Purple, and a Shabti Bone. I think that's what we'll use for these little unique color tiles. So get those over there. I'm going to put that right back here so I'm not grinding it on that rough table. So what I'm going to be doing is kind of looking at his for a guide to kind of get the separation about right. But the other thing I'm doing is looking for tiles that don't look particularly good. They got too much dry brush or something like that on them. So, or too chalky, whatever. So we're picking those out, picking on them. So yeah, this part of the show is going to be, or this part of the build is going to be pretty slow. Picking out these individual tiles and highlighting them up individually. But you don't even have to do this. You know, you can leave it all the blue. And I think at this stage, that blue looks pretty good, right? Appreciate it. You did the walkway or the steps, right? You did the staircases. Did you do all of them, Eleanor, or did you just do one or two? Didn't quite finish the flames on the Lister way and some metal details on the nice. Well, I debated doing that one today because this one was being a challenge to assemble last night. It did not particularly like what I was doing with it. As the side panels were a little warped, and they weren't playing nice. I had 6 clamps on this sucker holding it together. And a good thing I'm a amateur carpenter. Had plenty of clamps to go around. Oh, yep. I still got to do the same thing. I don't know why I got this like line here on a couple of these tiles, just like a straight across line. Can't paint all of those with the alternating colors, so I had to figure something out. I got to do the poster freehand and the little lamp on that building, and then my ruined building will be finished. The steps all need to be done though. I was trying to think about what would be a good additional building to add to these that I'm going to craft on my own, and I'm going to make an observatory. So we got the solarium, for like the garden or whatever, but I'm going to do an observatory. That's going to be the piece that I'm actually working on. I started on it last night, doing the backbone build. I got to go to the store and pick up a styrofoam ball to use for the dome. Yeah, just did something. It's okay. It's so great having resources that we can trade amongst one another, or skill sets that we can trade amongst one another. I'll get that one there. Oh, you do? Oh, okay. Well, damn. Yeah, but I don't have a filament printer, and I'm not going to print that on resin. But I definitely take a look at it for sure, and may use some of it for inspiration. But has a working clock on the side. Very cool. Combination city clock tower, and observatory. I see. So you can know exactly when to get your 1.21 gigawatts. Come on now. Somebody had to find that funny. In your city hall, eating your gigawatts. You didn't get it? Back to the Future. Did you ever see that? Need to do a small redesign on it so I can replace the gear shafts with brass rod coat hanger instead of printed shaft for durability. That's smart. Oh, you just don't recall? I mean, it's like that was like the big part of the first one was they needed 1.21 gigawatts, which lightning can provide, but you can't predict where lightning will strike. But they happen to know exactly when it would strike because in that year it was supposed to strike the clock tower in the city square at exactly so and so time, and it's been frozen ever since. Because they were doing the campaign to try and fix the clock at the beginning of the movie. That's where it comes into play. It was obscure. My apologies. I think right here. I'll do that one. No way, is it? I had no idea. Well, I mean, it's obscure, movie trivia for people that aren't, you know, 80s children. I mean, although they have been playing the hell out of it, reruns on general TV lately, so they could have picked up on it from that. Okay, got most of it out of that. I wanted to do that real quick before it got dried. All right. So now we'll do our pink one. Hot pink. Warlord pink. Oh, pardon me. Sounded familiar, couldn't place it. I gotcha. I used to play a game that was one of I traveled a lot with my mom um, because when Dad was in med school, um, he was in Augusta, of course, MCG, and we lived in Stone Mountain. So every weekend we'd drive to Augusta. So one of our driving games was movie trivia, and so it was have to quote a movie or quote something from a movie and figure out which movie it was. So got very good at obscure quotes. Now, granted, that's been a long time ago, and I don't remember. But I used to know like all my favorite movies verbatim, every word, like 100% memorized because of that game. I have a strange a strange memory. I will memorize lines to movies and TV shows. Like I can pretty much tell you exactly. See like a minute and a half of um, Big Bang and tell you exactly what the rest of the dialogue will be for the movie, um, or for the show. I mean, it's completely useless though, unless you're doing like movie trivia or TV show trivia or something. I would much rather be able to memorize all the kanji for Japanese again than no stupid quotes from a TV show. I've been trying to reteach myself um, the written language and the spoken language, sure, yeah, but mainly the written, the kanji and the free radicals, or the radicals, not the free radicals. Der. Um, because I took 4 years of it in college, but just never really used it. So the old saying, if you don't use it, you lose it, is very, very true. So I've been trying to go back and reteach myself. Now, I never read. Um, I read hiragana, but the kanji, I never really learned the radical system. That was one thing we didn't really do. Um, so that is all fresh. Tonight's the night. Wow. Um, TV show or movie or song, because it's in a song as well. TV. I don't know. Yeah, just a few, a few tens of thousands. Okay, I don't think that's too cluttered yet. We still have two other colors to add, but I'm going to try and, like I said, trying to keep it just to the tiles that I'm not particularly happy with the look of, so that I can kind of correct those via using this different color. Okay. So next we're going to do a little the Thousand Suns blue. See, it's a dark blue or darker blue than this, but it's not far off. It's just like kind of like a mismatch style, I think, color wise. So it should be fine. Um, I don't want it to look too much like a bag of Skittles exploded on the building, I mean, he's got Angel's got a pretty good number of the tiles on here colored too. So I'm not overly worried, but I got to make sure I keep that balance and I don't go too far and look like Skittles or a paint factory exploded. Like this line here is just really bad. I want to correct it, but I also don't want to get too dense up there. So, probably correct that one easier. I can this one. People will die every day, and by the time I finish the sentence, 100 people will have died in China. Why did you stop talking? That one sounds familiar. I may have seen that, but I don't think I've got that one memorized. Community? Is that the name of the show? Yeah, I have 100% never seen that one before. Mm. Community. Let me write that down. I will take a look at it. It's not one of those like Always Sunny in Philadelphia or Parks and Recreation or The Office, is it? Because I can't stand those. They're just so cringe and dumb. I can't deal with them. I had a pencil. I did see the pencil. I didn't see it the first time, but I saw it then. I want to repaint that one. You guys are busting my chops today. I probably wouldn't like it then. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I have tried to watch The Office and I can't do it. I just maybe if I watched it when I was in my 20s, possibly maybe would like it more. But I didn't watch it then. And now it's just like, oh, you think I'd enjoy it? Well, what network is it on? Is it on? Oh, you have no clue. Okay, I'll do a search and find it. Is it one of those that I have to make it through the first season, or can I? If I'm going to like it, I'm going to like it in the first episode or two. Or if I'm going to hate it, I'm going to hate it in the first episode or two. Cool. Has anyone seen Upload? It's a Amazon original. I've enjoyed that one. Maybe the guy that does Rick and Morty. Oh, okay. Rick and Morty was one of those that had to grow on me. Like it took me a bit to see past the inane stupidity that there was actually a smart show behind it. First season, awesome. It was made. Okay. All right. Definitely, if you haven't, if you've got Prime, watch Upload. It's pretty good. It's very quick. Like you will just like plow through it because the episodes are 27 or 33 minutes long. They're not very long. And there's 8 episodes in first season and 7 in second season, I think. And while it's not officially been renewed yet for third season, the show writer is or showrunner is already halfway into writing season three's uh, script. So he wouldn't be writing it if he didn't have some sort of knowledge that he's probably going to get renewed. So it's probably a safe bet to see it again, which is good because it ends on a hell of a cliffhanger. It's got the smoking man from X-Files days in it. He's you'd think he's kind of a minor character, but he ends up being kind of a major character, so that's kind of cool. Gonna roll out. All right, Doug. Well, thank you for hanging. Appreciate it as always. Hope you have a good day. Yeah, definitely do that. Hoping I'm not transferring a little bit of paint on my fingers, but I think I got it off now. I think that's where I'll put it right there. Looking for a bad tile on the side. That one's pretty good, but it's kind of in the middle, so we'll go with it. I'm 100% guaranteed going to break those spires off before the end of the day or before this project's done. Those little spikes right there, I'm going to break them off. I guarantee it. I'll do this one here. Right. All right. All the good people are leaving. Bye, Eleanor. Have a good night. Thank you for dropping in. Okay. Now we're going to hit some of these dormers, this stuff here. So there was a reason we chose that Ushabti bone, because we're going to be using it on this as well. We go on this tower here, the base of the tower, as well as the base of this tower, and the windowsill. So this is like the stucco, I guess, the base stucco color. Hit my mic. Let's move that back just a wee bit. It's not used to me making such broad, sweeping gestures with the brush, so it's kind of in the way. I think the roof, the crest shingles are the same color as well. Okay. I was thinking they were red for some reason. They're this color too. We'll probably have to make at least 2 coats on all these pieces, but we're getting the base down now. Oh my goodness, is it that time? No, too soon, too soon. Well, everybody here, please check out that Willow link. That is the link to my social medias, my Discord, my Twitch, my Facebook, my Instagrams. I probably need to do an update on Instagram. It's been a while. But yes, if you would please like, subscribe, and all that good stuff there. Doesn't cost you anything. It'd be a whole lot cooler if you did. And if you are not already following Weird, please click that button below. Smash that follow button below. That's all those YouTube people say. And give them a follow. And yeah, we got a few more minutes. We're going to get some more cut in before the end, before the lights go out. Oops. Yeah. See, I'm definitely going to smash those little spires right off, guaranteed. That's why I didn't go ahead and put the other 2 on, because I figure I would break those off as well. So at least now I only have 2 sets of spires to worry about instead of the 4. When I initially got these, I was like, yeah, I'm going to bring them with me to game night and stuff like that. And I started looking at how fiddly they were. And I was like, oh, no, those are going to have a permanent house right here. They will never leave the doorway. Because Tiger had some at the competition, or the tournament last month before last, and like almost every single one of the little spires or spikes were broken off, and I was like, not going to do that for mine. A little more paint. What do we think? We got a pretty good look so far. I'm pretty happy with it. For I mean, granted, it's a lot of time, but it was a lot of time in fixing clogs in the airbrush and waiting for wash to dry and stuff like that. So I think for the amount of time invested, we got some progress made on it. Some good progress. Cool. Thank you. We still get a little bit more done. I think we got 5 more minutes, it looks like. Okay. So maybe we can get done at least blocking this in. I actually had somebody ask me for a commission, quote commission on painting some of this stuff up, and I was just like, I really don't have one. I'm covered up in commissions, but two, I wouldn't even know how much to charge for these. And now I'll have a little bit of an idea at least. You probably won't like it. Get a little bit of water there. We're getting kind of streaky. Okay. I think that is it, guys. All right. So we got the base coat down. We got our Skittle color tiles in. We'll have to edge highlight them. We started working on the stonework here on this. And then we got these two smaller towers done that go here and here. So we got some progress done. I'm not displeased with where we got. Obviously, way more to do. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with it so far. Like I said, pretty decent little result. We will be back next week, Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern, to continue working on it until it is finished up. Next week, Doug will start us off Monday, and I think Varric will do Tuesday, and then I'll be Wednesday. So hope to see you then. Until then, hobby on and stay weird.